Welcome to the First Five, where we flip the script, find God in real life, and get your soul fed in just 5 minutes flat. No fluff, no filters, just straight truth that hits different. And trust me, heaven's got something to say today. This is word that walks with you to work, rides with you in traffic, and sits right in the middle of your living room chaos. So whether you're sipping coffee, scrolling before the kids wake up, or just trying to get your mind right for the day, lock in. 5 minutes, one word, all fire. Let's flow. Good morning, family. It's Manna Wednesday, and here's your reminder. God doesn't clock in and out like we do. Even when you think it's a day off, heaven is still working. So let's get into it. This is your First Five. 5 minutes, one word, let's flow. So listen, have you ever had a job where your boss was real strict about your day off? Like you finally get your one day to rest and then your phone rings. Hey, can you just hop on a call real quick? And you're like, no, ma'am. Okay, no, ma'am. No, sir. Today is my Sabbath. I rebuke this call. But somehow you still end up working anyway. That's what's happening in John 9. Jesus heals a man on the Sabbath. The religious leaders are mad because in their minds, Jesus is working on his day off. And Jesus is like, y'all worried about rules. I'm out here restoring lives. Teens, like when teachers say no phones, but then assign everything online. Make it make sense. Millennials like PTO that isn't really PTO. You're still checking emails. Elders like Sunday used to be sacred rest, but now everybody's running errands and missing the point. So I titled today's message, A Day Off. In John 9, Jesus heals a man born blind, but he does it on the Sabbath. And the Pharisees say, this man can't be from God. He broke the rules. In the original context, the Sabbath was meant to be a gift, rest, restoration, renewal. Exodus 20, 8 through 11. But religious leaders turned it into restriction. Jesus reveals the truth. The Sabbath wasn't meant to limit life. It was meant to restore it. We do the same thing today. We create systems, expectations, and rules for how God should move. But God doesn't fit in our boxes. And sometimes breakthrough will look like disruption. So let's talk truth. God's work doesn't pause for your rules. The Pharisees were more committed to the law than to the liberation standing in front of them. Jesus healed on the Sabbath to make a theological point. God's mercy doesn't take a day off. Amen. Stop expecting God to move only within your schedule, your structure, or your understanding. It's like emergency rooms. People don't stop needing healing because it's the weekend. Mark 2:27 says, the Sabbath was made for man, not man for the Sabbath. Hosea 6:6 says, I desire mercy, not sacrifice. God prioritizes people over protocol. And my second point, religion can resist what God is doing. The same miracle that freed a blind man created division among religious leaders. Why? Because God's move didn't match their expectations. Culture, and sometimes church culture, says, if it doesn't look familiar, it must not be God. But Christ says, if it brings life, healing, and freedom, it's me. It's like updating your phone. Some people resist the update because they like the old system, even though the new one works better. Isaiah 55, 8 through 9 says, my thoughts are not your thoughts. And John 5:17 reminds us, my Father is always at his work, and I too am working. God is always moving, even when it disrupts tradition. And lastly, don't miss the miracle while policing the method. Let me say that again. Don't miss the miracle while policing the method. The tragedy of the text is this. They analyzed the method and missed the miracle. A man who had never seen in his life could now see. Amen. And they were debating theology instead of celebrating transformation. Teens, don't dismiss what God is doing in someone just because it looks different from you. Millennials, don't overanalyze your healing. Receive it. Elders, don't reject new expressions of faith. God is still moving in new ways. It's like arguing over how the food was cooked while everybody else is full and eating. Luke 5:37 through 38 says us new wine needs new wine skins. And Acts 10:15, do not call anything impure that God has made clean. Where might you be so focused on the how that you're missing the what God is doing? And where in your life is God trying to move, but you've been resisting because it doesn't fit your expectations? And our prayer for today, Lord, forgive me for the times I've limited you with my expectations. Open my eyes to see your work, even when it doesn't look familiar. Help me to celebrate transformation over tradition. Amen. This week, when something unexpected happens, pause and ask, God, is this you working in a new way? Well, there you have it. That was your first 5. Now go live it. 5 minutes, 1 word, all fire. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And remember, God doesn't take days off, so don't miss his miracles. I'll see you back here in the morning.